need a team. You can't be your best self by yourself. The problem with some of us is we got people around us we like to be with, but nobody you can build with. All y'all have in common is a version of yourself that you used to be. All y'all have in common is did y'all hear what I just said? Is your affinity for a season you know you don't need to revisit. Hiya. But we need more than people we like to be with. We need people we can build with. Noah found favor with God. Can I have 8 minutes? Here it is. Here it is. But the favor manifested in Noah's life in the form of inside information. God favored Noah with information about something that was impending and then gave him a strategy on how to survive it. Favor is not always a check. Favor is not always an opportunity. Sometimes favor is information. It's when God finds a way to get information to you that would not have gotten to you if God had not orchestrated and arranged it. God told Noah, favor, it's gonna rain. He told him what to build to survive it. He told him how to build it. Don't miss this, but that's all God did. I'm gonna say it one more time. He told Noah it was gonna rain. He told Noah what to build. He told Noah how to build it, but that's all he did. God told Noah it was going to rain. He told Noah what to build to survive the flood. He told Noah how to build it, but that's all God did. He didn't build it. He told Noah it was going to rain. He told Noah what to build to survive the flood, gave Noah specific instructions on how to build it, and then stepped back and say, the rest is on you, bruh. I give blueprints. You do the building. And the reason some stuff has not been constructed in our life is because some people are confused on who is responsible for what. God's like, I'm going to give you the blueprint, but you have to have the faith and the fervor and the tenacity to build it. And I don't know who I am talking to in this room, but I want you to know that spirituality is not magic. Therefore, much of what happens in your life will not just be from what God does for you, but with what God does through you. He will do exceedingly and abundantly above all you ask or think. Read the text. According to the power that is at work in you. And there are times when we are sad about, sick of, settling for what has not happened, not realizing that God's giving you the blueprint, but you got to build. And I got 2 words before I take my seat to some people that are in this room and tapped in online. This is your season to build it. The marriage you want, build it. The career you're chasing, build it. The mindset you need, build it. The ministry you called to, build it. God will give you the blueprint, but you have to do the building.
Do you know that the quality of your life is based on the quality of your decisions? And the quality of your decisions is based on the quality of information that you have. So that means you need reliable sources of information, and the most reliable source of information in the world is the Bible. But you know what? Most people don't understand it. And if you want to understand the Bible, God is enough, but Sunday is not. I want to help you understand. I want to help you interpret and apply. I want to help you explain the Bible better. This is why I'm inviting you to be a part of my tribe called Bible U.
Somebody say, I'm building something. This is his plans require our participation. His calling requires our construction. He gives the blueprint. We do the building. And when you examine Noah's story, I'm out of here, but when you examine Noah's story, Noah gives us some insight on what you and I need to build our ark. Noah's story gives us 5 quick things that you and I need to build our ark. Do I have your permission to share with you these things? Do you want me to share with you these 5 things? Do you want me to share these 5 things with you now? Do you want me to share these 5 things with you right now? Okay, here it is. Number 1, for my note takers. Number 1, building my ark requires, here's the first thing, truth. In Matthew 7, Jesus gives an analogy of 2 people building houses, and the sustainability of what they built is based on what they build upon. Sanctify them by thy truth. John 17:17. Thy word is truth. Am I making sense? So many people, this is scary, they're building houses, but they're building it on sand, not on the rock. Did you hear what I just said? Houses, they're building companies, they're building relationships, they're building ministries on sand. And what's scary about building on sand and on the rock, when Jesus tells that story, both of the houses look the same. You don't know the difference until after the storm. Y'all missed what I just said. The evidence of what they were built on was revealed after the storm. Both of them went through the same storm. One crumbled, but the other was still standing. Did you hear what I just said? Truth may not cause you to avoid the flood, but truth will put you in position where you're floating and not drowning. I don't know who I'm talking to in here today, but make sure you're building with truth. I don't have time to deal with that, because we live in an age and an era, postmodernism, where people are no longer choosing churches based on truth. They're choosing churches that line up with theirs. So it is the religious confirmation of your era. And if truth is reality, reality is what you run into when you realize you're wrong. Boy, I don't have time. This is why celebrations like this are so important. Because it means you're recognizing I'm a part of a house that releases something to me every week that I can build my life on reliably. Now, if you're young enough where you want to spend the next 10 years experimenting with sand, go ahead. But if you like me and you're in a season of your life where you don't want to learn anything else the hard way, God, give me a hard truth so that I don't have to learn this the hard way. And I want to know, are you grateful that you're in a house that doesn't give you spiritual nursery rhymes? I want to know, are you grateful that you're in a house that sometimes doesn't make you say wow, but the word makes you say ow. Because sometimes your breakthrough is on the other side of your ow. Sometimes the next level is on the other side of an ow. Thank God for the house of truth. Let me get through these, all right? Number 2, you need tools. Noah couldn't build the ark without tools, and the tools you need are based on the season you're in. Sometimes you're in a sawing season, so you need a saw. Sometimes when you're building something, you got to cut some stuff off. Some of you, sometimes you're not in a sawing season, sometimes you're in a hammering season. All a hammer does is apply pressure. And the reason some stuff not coming together for some of us, because you're not applying enough pressure. Some of us, you need a level. You're in leveling season. And where you need to level some things out. This is a season where you need to adjust what you're giving your attention to. Some of us are not in the leveling season. We're in a painting season, so we need a paintbrush. And paint makes an old thing look new. This is when God upgrades you without adding to you. It's when God say, I'm going to do a new thing with the same thing. Because I don't have to give you nothing new to do something new. Tools. Number 3, you need a team. You can't be your best self by yourself. The problem with some of us is we got people around us we like to be with, but nobody you can build with. All y'all have in common is a version of yourself that you used to be. All y'all have in common is did y'all hear what I just said? Is your affinity for a season you know you don't need to revisit. Hiya. But we need more than people we like to be with. We need people we can build with. We need more than, are y'all hearing me? Yeah, we need more than friends that give us company. We need people that help us carry out our calling. God's put something on the inside of me. Are you discouraging me from building? You need people that aren't fickle because they need to be reliable. You need people that aren't fragile because they can't be weak and hypersensitive and territorial and upset when you are investing your time and energy in a vision and you can't sit on the phone and talk about Bridgerton. Y'all not talking to me? Yeah. Yeah, you need people that aren't sneak dissing, saying things like you used to have time for me and you've changed. And when people tell you you've changed like it's a problem, you need to look back at them and say you're right and you haven't. I'm done. Give me keys, I'm done. I need a team. Number 4, timing. I don't have time to bother this, but the Bible says when Noah finished the ark, God made it rain. If Noah had waited 2 weeks later to start building, it would have started raining before he was finished. Did you hear that? And did you hear that? This is the danger of procrastination.